Here we go. Hey, ladies and gents out there, I'm so excited. This is our first official Listen, Learn, and Leverage. Illuminate your blind spots to grow your entrepreneurial business. And today we have with us the fabulous Lisa Mares from Mares Video Production. And so what we're excited to start with is questions about videography, because I know a lot of people are very scared of it. And so, Lisa, what would you say, how would you define video marketing and the misconceptions that are around it? Pretty much kind of what isn't it?
Well, hello, and thank you so much for having me here with you this morning. I'm so excited to spend this time with you. So, and I see here that, just real quick, I see you have a website up there. It's actually maresmedia.com. So I don't know if that's helpful. So we make sure we take care of that. So basically, video is everywhere. Chances are you guys have already seen video this morning as soon as you got up, somehow, some way. And it's not just on the TV anymore. Basically, text is something you read, where video is something you feel. So video helps us connect, relate, be relatable, and it helps us communicate. You can't have a relationship without talking, right? I mean, we've known each other for a long time. We've had great chats. We've built a relationship. That's what we do with our clients. That's what we do with our customers, is build a relationship, and video lets you do that. So video marketing is basically that. It's how you communicate with video and getting your message out there creatively. I tell people video is about engaging people. It's about educating them, but it's also about entertaining them. So it's not just throwing info out there about, hey, I am so cool, this is what I do, but it's about giving them. 80% of what we put out there should really be information, tips, statistics, things that help them grow, as people and as customers and clients. 20% about us. So that's what it is. The misconceptions around it is that it's so too expensive, too hard. I'm going to be so embarrassed to be on film. It's not fun. We can talk more about that. There's tons of misconceptions and things I want to address for sure.
Well, talk a little bit about the misconception about the investment, and you and I have talked about this before. I believe, well, first of all, everybody's online today because a lot of people aren't leaving home. And so you having video and having great photography out there, it's a combination of a lot of things, but it's just something you put in your budget. But talk a little bit about what the investments really look like so people understand they can afford it and the power that it has once they have it finished.
Absolutely. Let me back up for a second, because there's a lot of people that don't even want to do video. They're very intimidated. They don't want to get on film, right?
Right.
And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, how are you? I'm feeling really good today. And that's what they do, right? It's all about the telephone and Facebook Live. And that's okay too. So they really have to stop and think how it fits in their business, and then look at their budget. And video really should be part of that budget. And it doesn't have to be expensive, like you said. So an investment could be as simple as, $500 or $1,000 to get started. It might be less. It might be just a consultation with a producer who does film. I like to call it filmmaking, by the way. I know we've talked about video, but it kind of gives it that feel of there's a lot more to it. There's strategy behind it. So talking to someone that does that can help them determine how much they need. Would you use stuff they already have archived, or would you go out and create original content? And today it really is about original content, especially when we're stuck at home offices. And go to networking events and be us, right? We have to put it out there in video.
Absolutely. That's so true.
Did that kind of answer your question?
Oh, absolutely. I think that was great. Well, and you did say something that piqued my interest, which was most people don't even want to do video. How do people get over that?
That is an excellent question. So I think the first thing they need to do to get over it is to realize, I need this, right? We don't want to go to the dentist. We don't want to go to the doctor. Okay, we don't want to do our taxes every year because it's a lot of work, but we have to. So in business, you really have to say, hey, I'm looking at my marketing for the year. And now's a perfect time, by the way, as you plan for 2021.
Totally.
And we're all excited for 2021. And so you look at your budget and you go, you know what, I can do X amount. And then start with that. And what we like to do with people is we start where they're at and we do deep dives, just like you do, find out what they've been doing, what they need to accomplish, and go from there. So it's really, it's not, the saying, the best way to eat an elephant is a bite at a time. I don't like that. I would rather say the best way to climb that mountain is one step at a time and get started. And that's what I would tell people to do.
Absolutely. Well, and one of the things that I know really helped me was I just started doing it, and not all of them made it on live. I trashed a bunch at first, but then you start to feel better. And not only that, working with someone like you, who I have worked with a few times, it makes it so much easier because you're the director. You're like my Steven Spielberg.
Ooh, thanks. I like that. That's awesome. Yes, starting with Facebook short videos is perfect. You can even start with doing Messenger or FaceTime with friends and family and say, okay, I'm going to practice. I'm going to start doing this. I just tell people start. Just do something, because something's better than nothing. And you have to start. So think about what you want to put out there. And the goal is, and this is what's really important, is, again, this is not in and of itself, ooh, there's my guy, partner in business. It's more than just that piece, which we can talk more about. There's other facets to it. But really, as you ask people for money in what you do, services or products, you got to give them something that they go, wow, you're credible, you're legit, I get what you're doing, I like you, because we do business with people we know, like, and trust.
Oh, totally. Absolutely. Well, and that kind of leads me to, if they're doing Facebook and they're doing YouTube, what makes you different than those videos?
That's an awesome question. Thank you for asking. So those videos are super valuable. I don't ever want people to think as they're watching this that I'm saying, you need to hire a professional. Don't do those things. Those things really do serve a purpose. What the Facebook Lives do, what the short form videos on TikTok or Instagram do, is it helps build your tribe. Right. It helps people get to know you. It kind of gets your foot slowly in the door for people to go, ooh, like you, Tricia, you've been doing a great job with your videos. And people are going, look at her. I want to know more about Promote the Good. I want to know more about what she's doing.
Right.
And that's the goal. But then once they get to know someone, they might go, oh, I'm going to tell my friend, I think they said they needed such and such. I'm going to send them to their website, or I'm going to send them to their LinkedIn profile or whatever. Then they want more. Is there more there? That's where they really need to say, okay, I really need to up it a little bit and give them a little bit more. And that's where you can answer questions and go a little deeper. And it's kind of like a business card. That's what the video is. So, for example, and I thought about this too. I thought, if someone were to ask you, I want to get in touch with you. You're at a networking event. I want to get to know you better. Let's do lunch or let's do a Zoom. Can I get your info? And you scratch it out on a napkin or a piece of paper and you hand it to them. How effective is that? Is that going to get you a call? I don't think so. But if you pull out a business card, it does, right? Well, that's kind of the difference between just doing your own videos and having it done professionally, where the message is strategic, it's spot on, it's brand. Oh my gosh, brand is a whole part of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. It all starts with brand.
Exactly. So all those pieces are what makes it very different. And then there's the elements of, we'll talk more about lighting and all that stuff, just making sure it's just right.
Right, exactly. That's super important. That's one thing that I notice a lot on, and I realize this doesn't have to do so much with professional video, but when you see someone on Zoom and their camera is way low, that's not a flattering angle, or they don't have any light on their face. Like, I see people that literally are in shadow and all I see is their background. I want to see their face, because we don't get to see people in person near as much anymore. So it's like, ooh, and that's another thing that distinguishes you from a Facebook Live. Yeah, I do decent Facebook Lives, but if you were in my office with me with your lighting and your directing, like you said, that's just another level up that people get to see and go deeper. I really like that.
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you for that. And it's also too about all of us probably have things in our to-do list that we need to do, but we haven't done yet. And it's because we need someone to push us. Well, that's where having someone on the outside helps, because not only do they do it, like you said, differently. And when it comes to video, we're doing all different phases of the production process. And that involves really digging deep and finding out your message, but also who's your target. I mean, we've had clients that are putting information out to people that are, say, 55 plus. That is a completely different look and feel than when it's the 35 and under. And that's a whole nother thing. So it really is about that strategic time investment of making it right and having someone that gets you, that makes you feel comfortable. We have fun. Oh my gosh, it's about having fun too.
I know, we have so much fun. You just make it so easy. And that's what I love.
That's the goal. I want people to feel good, and that way they can be their best selves and it comes out.
Well, and once you get them comfortable like that, then like once they get past that fear, you know, how can this really help their business and their life for that matter? And, you know, just really move the needle for them.
Oh my gosh, there's so many ways to help them. I mean, I could go on and on about statistics, but I won't bore you with that. So you could probably look online and see hundreds of statistics about how video impacts business today. But what it does, again, is it helps people really connect. It helps them get to know you. It literally puts a face on who you are and what you do.
It does.
So it's engaging. It's hopefully educating them more. And then last but not least, it should be entertaining as well.
Oh, yeah.
And how it can help them is there's a whole nother facet of what it does for the statistics of getting you noticed online, the ROI of the SEO and people staying on your website longer. For example, people go to a website with video, they're going to stay there 88% longer than if there wasn't a video. That is
really
huge.
I'm writing that down. I didn't even know that.
Yes. And people with companies that use video improve their bottom line 49% quicker than people that aren't using video. Now, who of us during COVID couldn't use to build their bottom line, right? So that's huge.
Yes.
That's huge. So yeah, there's different ways. There's the social media aspect of how they could use video in their business. There's testimonials, there's interviews, there's the explainer videos, which we're talking about, videos on your website. Then there's videos that build client appreciation. I have a client who did a series of tips that are very, they're not the typical, again, hey guys. It's more content rich and branded to them for their group. And so those kinds of things also build that relationship. So there's so many ways that it can help. Not to mention if you're a small company like you and I, and you onboard people, you train people to work with you, and you're finding you're putting so much time into working with them and training the same things over and over. Why not have a really good video of the main basics, and they watch it and they go back as much as they want? And you know what? Then they don't feel silly and dumb going, can you explain that again? You know, you feel better because they're being autonomous and learning on their own. So again, I could go on and on. There's so many ways, ways.
That is really cool. I do really like that. And you're right. I've noticed, I didn't know those percentages. Those are pretty amazing. I had to write those down. But I do know that my video, and I hate to admit this, but I will, my video gets about double the traction that my photography does. But it's all in combination.
Both, for sure. For sure. But it's interesting because people would rather watch something than read it. They're curious. They're like, oh, I wonder what she has to say today. I mean, let me ask you this. Have you been in places lately and noticed there's video and you're like, that's weird. I didn't notice there was video. Like, okay, silly as it is, I was at the bank. There was a video up on the wall. Doctor's offices, videos in doctor's offices. How about this one? In McDonald's, they had a video up on the menu showing the coffee pouring and you're looking at all this going, oh, that is a beautiful fresh cup of coffee. Or my favorite, pumping gas. Have you seen
Yes.
showing while you're pumping gas? Or how about product videos? You're at Sam's Club or Target or somewhere, and you're walking down and the end cap has a little video about a new product that they want you to try. Right. It's everywhere, and it really does work.
It does work. Well, and I know people who it works so well for that someone will meet them and they'll act like they know them and they'll be like, wait, have we met? And they're like, no, I've just watched all your videos.
Oh my gosh. I love that. That's so cool.
Yes. Yeah. I've heard more than one person say that about their clients who are coaches. And I think that's amazing. And so when these people are ready for you, what kind of process are they going to go through with you?
That's a super question. Thank you. Because if I really want them to feel comfortable, I don't want them to feel like, oh my gosh, you're putting the camera, like, here's my little camera, a little prop. So I don't want them to,
it's not that close, which is good.
Yeah, it's not that close, but I don't want that, deer in the headlight, which can happen if they're not comfortable. So we spend time with them, getting to know who they are, getting to know their brand, and really finding out how can we help them in their business and to help them reach their clients. So there's 3 phases of production. There's pre-production, production itself, and post. So we work with those 3 in ways where we're getting that information, bringing it all together, having fun, maybe creating something, multiple products in that one time we film. We've done that with you actually before with clients. Yeah. Where we're doing multiple things in one shot, and then it's go time. It's fun time, and then we work on the lighting and is the coloring right, and doing a site search. Is this the right place to film? But it doesn't have to be as intimidating as it sounds. It really is fun, and we try to take all the work off of our clients. There's a little bit of homework,
there is a little, but not bad.
Not that bad. No. And it's fun. We even help you with what you're to wear and your hair, your accessories, everything to make sure you're putting your best self out there.
Right. Absolutely. And your authentic self. I think that's what I love about you guys the most is you're not trying to get anything out of someone that isn't in there. It's illuminating those pieces of them that are right there and they just need to pop.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. That's our heart. That's our heart because that's who we are. I mean, we've been doing this a long time and we absolutely love it. Most people would not do it this long.
Oh my gosh. Video's hard.
Well, they think it's all glamour and fun, and it's really some hard work, as you know, lugging around cameras. In fact, sometimes people see us at events and we're filming and they'll stop and they'll pose.
Yes.
They'll give that look.
Totally.
And I'm like, oh, it's okay. We're doing film. And then they're like, oh, no. I don't want to be on video. And I'm thinking, really? Don't be afraid. So when there's that relationship and they know what the process is and we work through all that, they don't have to feel intimidated and uncomfortable. They can get excited that they're going to put some cool stuff out there. Right.
Well, and I think what's so exciting about doing video with you is that, well, first of all, I, just like you, I love so much what I do that and I've done it for so long as we're right around the same amount of time. We're not going to tell any of you though. But I think what's so cool about it is that I'm just talking to people about what I do and how we take out the roadblocks. And really we're just, all of us are just talking about what we're best at, what really lights us up. And so it probably does make it a little easier to get comfortable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when you remember just what you said, you're really at the very core of the whole experience. You're really trying to better serve the people you want to serve, whether it's offering your product or service. And it's another way that as business people, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, or companies do that, is that they're communicating. And any effective relationship, you got to have the communication.
Man, you do. God, that's so true. Well, and is there any final advice you'd like to give them before we give them an action item?
There's so many things I could say. But I would say that the main thing is definitely don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated. Don't let the misconceptions of it's too expensive, it's too time intensive. I'm only one person, so I don't need to have a video. I mean, it wouldn't benefit me. You know, that negative talk shouldn't be there. Instead, embrace the positive and realize what it can do for you. You know, go online and see what competitors in your field are doing. See if they're doing video and film. And again, I say film, and I didn't get to really address that earlier. I say filmmaking because look at it as more than just, again, putting out your phone and just being on there. It's more than that. It's about having someone work with you to pull out things that you may not even feel comfortable saying about yourself or your business or your service, and finding those ways to share that through the different types of video, and know that the lighting will be right, everything will be right. You'll have fun. At the end of the day, you'll be like, wow, can we do that again? I like being special.
It is fun. It is fun. You're right. It truly is.
I'd say don't let the misconceptions and fear stop you. Especially when you're selling the intangible services. I think the service industry is the toughest one, because there isn't a product that you can say, cool, try this, and this is how it works. It's selling us, right?
You're selling yourself. Exactly.
And so people want to know how you work. How do you interact with them? What do you do? What is the process like? And the best way is in a video for them to almost vicariously go and see that. You take them with you through a video.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Well, and the other thing is, if you go out and you find that your competition isn't doing video, this is the perfect time for you to start, because if you can get ahead of the curve at all, no one ever catches up to you if you continue.
Absolutely. And it's about doing the videos that speak to your clients. Again, everybody has a different target group, and they have a different brand, and it has to fit your brand. I think you asked the question about one more piece of advice, and I told you I already gave you 2 extra. So
it's okay. One more.
And that is that there's also, people could go out there and do their own video, right? They could do their own photography.
They can
do their own video. I mean, hey, I got scissors, but I'm not going to be my own stylist. And I have some really sharp knives. You do too, but we're not going to do our own surgeries. We go to experts that help us with that. And so people may have software, they may have options online to do their own stuff. And that's okay if you want to get started with that too. But the issue with that is the learning curve. It takes so much time to learn how to do that. Would you rather do your business or do another facet of your business that you should really hire someone else to do, so you don't have to worry about it? So, and they say it takes 15 or 20 minutes to rock out your own stuff. No, it doesn't. It takes a long time to learn to do it. And then it's not branded. It's what everyone else is using because it's out there. It's templated.
Right. Exactly.
Be you. Do your brand.
It's so true. And yes, I try to get that across to business owners all the time when I talk to them. There are just things in business that you shouldn't be doing yourself, because you can't be consistent and you don't have the time. And those two things just then you start to feel bad about yourself because you're not doing the things in your business that you should be doing. And so that's just a snowball of yuckiness that you don't want to get involved in. And so I always tell people, it's like, all right, start looking at all the things that good business owners do in their business, and photography and video. And I mean, you've got to figure out your brand message first, but then you've got to get professional photography and video in there as soon as possible, because I just can't even tell you what that's done for me in all the facets, in the professional and in the regular, just promote the goods that I do. So yeah, it's something to get on.
You're a rock star celebrity, girl. I mean, everywhere we go, people know you.
I try. Well, and that's what's really important, is getting people to know you, because they do. The phone starts ringing. And I got to tell you, through COVID, my videos, I just started doing simple videos on like what time to go to Costco so you can get toilet paper. And then and then it turned into promote the good, and it's just, and giving to the food bank. And it's just what video can do for you is so powerful. And you're right, having a really strategic video on your website, what an awesome, would you say that's probably a really good idea that's kind of your opening video and they can click to hear it on your website?
Oh, it's definitely one of them. I think even dialing it back a step before that might be just a profile video about who you are and about me type video. It's simpler. It's less maybe, for a person to think, oh my gosh, I can't wrap my head around,
Right.
getting archive information and all this other stuff about my business. It's really a story, and stories are what sell. Seth,
They do.
I think his name is Seth.
Is it Godin?
Yeah, that's it. I want to make sure I'm not confusing him with the comedian. That would be bad.
That's right, Rogan.
but he says that marketing is no longer about what you sell. It's about the stories you tell. It's about sharing from the heart the stories. And that's what it would do if you tell who you are. So that's a great place to start for sure. And then you can progress and do, explainer videos, promo videos on your website. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, and so what kind of action item are you going to give our audience to practice or, take action?
Absolutely. So what I would recommend first and foremost is that people stop and think, okay, am I using video now? If not, how can I use it? And that really requires dialing it back before that and saying, well, what is it I really sell? Am I selling a product? Am I selling a service? We go and have a coffee at Starbucks, not because it's coffee, but how we feel, what we enjoy there, right?
Exactly.
That's a big part of it. So think about what you sell, number one. With that in mind, go deeper and now go, okay, how can I take what I sell, what I do, and put that out there in video? And that requires an introspective and an external looking out lens or look, if you will. So I tell people, start by looking inside and say, okay, where in my business am I kind of getting stuck? Where do I have bottlenecks? And this might require taking a half day off. I thoroughly recommend a day off to work in your business, not on your business, or I should say on your business, not in your business. I'll get that right. Right?
Every week I have that day.
I love it. And look where you are. It works. So take that time. It does. Take that time and go, okay, I'm having a hard time getting new clients, or I'm having a hard time converting people. They'll go to my website, but they don't stay. They're not opting in for this or that, or they don't know who I am. Like you said, I meet them and they're just like, they walk away. I want to talk more. Find out what that is. And then can you create videos that will save you time, that will help educate your clients, that will train your new people? Figure out where those bottlenecks are and what videos could help, and make a list. Then look out to the services you do to your clients. What can you produce and do that will better serve your clients? What can you give them? If you're selling a product, maybe it's some tip videos on how to better use that product. Yeah. I had an issue with my coffee maker yesterday, and that was a really scary moment for me because without the coffee, you know me, it's not good.
I know you're a mainliner.
To find a video to fix my coffee maker.
No way.
So see, that company served me well, and actually everybody around me. So it was a good thing. Right. So see how you can serve people, your clients, how the video would serve them. Right. It might be testimonials. It might be, putting stuff out there that help them realize I'm not the only one struggling with this. This other person struggled and it worked for them. Maybe what you offer can work for me.
That's cool.
So that's the first part. And then the other, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just was saying that's awesome.
It's a little bit of homework, but it really does pay off.
It does.
And then the last piece of it is start to practice, get past fear and get past that feeling of, again, I can't do this. Yes, you can. And when you have the right people with you to push you and motivate you, the sky's the limit. Because really, when you use video in your business, the outcomes and opportunities are limitless, truly.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even create videos that sell for you while you sleep by putting things out there that are trainings, that are workshops, that are seminars that you do, on a regular basis throughout the year. And we've had clients have great success with that. So that last piece of the action step would be start practicing. If you're not doing something now, start practicing. And I know I'm back to my beautiful phone here, even if it's hello, how are you? I mean, something with your family, your friends, get started, and then get ready to go from there. And call me. I'm happy to help, do a consultation, work with you on where do you start and where do you go from here?
Absolutely. Well, because you can help them build a whole plan inside their social media with different types of videos.
Absolutely. And what my goal is, and I work really hard at for my clients, is leveraging the time they're investing and the finances they're investing with me to work over more than just perhaps one product. When we strategize and we plan, we can do a lot in a small amount of time. And
absolutely.
I think you're probably the same as me. It's all about making every bit stretch and work and be effective and use that time carefully, because time is our greatest resource.
It really is. And I think one of the things that you just made me think of is that this is an investment in growth. And so even if it costs $500, $1,000, you're doing multiple videos for a few $1,000s, all that money comes back to you in bunches and bunches because you're out there and you're being consistent and you're doing something that is really important to the American public and to your ideal client.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it also helps differentiate you from someone else that either doesn't have video or they have video that they did themselves that maybe is okay, but don't you want to go from good to great?
Oh, big time.
Don't you want to stand out and be different? That's where it's at.
I agree. Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Tricia. I had so much fun getting to share with you. And I really hope that it's demystified for some people, the fears they might have around it. I mean, it doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be painful. It can be fun.
Oh my gosh, totally fun. And once you start doing it, probably like you, I have clients who come back to me over and over again because they feel so comfortable. And what's cool is every time I see them, they've grown. The photography is just a little bit more confident. Like I photographed someone the other day. She has grown so much in her business by hiring coaches and having a life coach that she just looked like a powerhouse in these photos. And she looked great in the photos I did a year ago, but now she's gained more confidence in her business, and it was cool. It was just cool to see.
I love that. That's exactly what I was thinking when you were saying that not only do we have the best job in the world and that we have fun, but we are helping people be their authentic, true, real selves and build confidence, because it's kind of that snowball effect. Once you start to do it, it gets easier and easier. And then you're like, I'm addicted. I got to put more videos out there. I got to get more out there.
I know, it's true.
I need to do this. I need to do that, because you see how it works.
So
I would tell people, get ready when you start using video regularly and doing the pro video. Again, I want to emphasize the professional aspect, like your professional photos. Oh my God, get ready for great things to happen, because it will.
Oh, it's amazing. So yeah. Well, thank you again. I just love, this was just great to have you on, because I know both of our businesses suffer from these different little, they're kind of just misconceptions that people, they really need, you're right, demystified. So I think you demystified it today.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I had so much fun. And if there's anything else I can do to help anyone, call me, email me, text me.
Absolutely. Yes, Lisa from Mara's Media. We just love her. And so thank you all again for listening today on Listen, Learn, and Leverage. Have an awesome day.
Thanks. You too. Bye.